In June 2015, when the judge announced that Iguodala would win the FNBB, Cooley's head was on the ground, and he was shocked at the moment in 2015. He barely squeezed out a smile, but could not hide the extreme disappointment in his heart, and the judge's voting result made him more unable to calm down. Iguodala won 7 votes. The loser, James, also won 4. Everyone should know that Cooley was 26 points, 6.3 assists, 5.2 rebounds, and 1.8 snatches in the final of the year. In the next season, the Warriors won 73 wins, and Cooley also won the MVP of the regular season with all the votes. But the final was unexpectedly defeated by the Knights. Later, Durant joined forces, and the Warriors won 2 consecutive titles, and Cooley never got the FNBB. Nick Young even saw him crying in the changing room, because for Cooley, an FNBB is too important. Without this honor, people have been questioning whether Cooley is a super until 2022. The Warriors won again, and Cooley was willing to win the FNBB. His position really came to the fore, and even surpassed Durant and Olajuwon in the history of history. Which is more important, the MVP of the regular season or the MVP of the final? In fact, the MVP of the regular season is the most important award that has been crossed from star to star. Ross, 22, won the youngest MVP award, and even though he was injured in the later stages, some people would still say he was MVP. Even without the championship, he still took advantage of the 2 regular MVP achievements and easily sold into the top 5 in history. Cameron has nothing to do with it because of 2 MVP awards in the top 3, Legia, Barkley and Norton. Weisswang also directly broke people's doubts with this award. You brush MVP try this award represents the peak state of 82 regular season balls. As long as you get him, it's like locking a famous man in his seat, but the MVP of the final doesn't do much for ordinary ball stars. In those days, Iguodala won this honor and didn't bring him a fly. The same way, Billups and Pairs also won the FNBB, but no one said they were giants. I always thought this award was terrible to them, but it was very important to the stars that had been sold into the giant industry. There was no FNBB during the Kobe Triangle period. He's always been despised until he won 2 FNBBs in the later stages, so that he could compete with the magicians. Because of this award, Iguodala turned from a traitor to the god of death in Jianzhou. Before he won the championship in 2023, 2 regular season MVPs made him a soft-boiled horseman. Although he was already a giant star, he was said to be unable to hit hard. Zimagu also won 2 MVPs before the championship until he won the championship and turned into a Greek monster. So the regular season MVP is more like an entry ticket for a giant star, and the FNBB is a flying certificate that the giant star is selling to the supermarket. If it's just an ordinary ball star, he can't fly if he wants to.